Welcome to a Life Illuminated podcast. I'm your host, Jack McAdoo, bringing you the show that shines a light on the path to a more purposeful and fulfilling life. Whether you're looking for motivation, direction, or just a little extra inspiration, we've got you covered. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope this finds you doing well and in an amazing space in your life, and that everything is going well, that you're starting your day, you're in your afternoon, you're getting ready for bed, wherever you are and whenever you're listening to this. I thank you so very, very much. Thank you again, as always, for allowing me into your space and giving me some of your time for today's episode. I do appreciate it, man. I really, really do. So let's take a deep breath. Let's get some stress-free vibes going, man. Take a deep breath in and release it. We just need to get rid of as much stresses in the air and within ourselves as possible so that we're open to receive and, man, so we can just chill. There's a lot going on. I want to know, are you living in reaction to what happens or doesn't happen in your life? Are you in control? Are you in the creation of your life? What are you doing? Are you trying things different? It's where you are in your space right now. A lot of us just kind of live day to day, and most of us are in a reaction state, where stuff comes at us. We react to it immediately. We react with fear, with a different thought process. We react with stress to a lot of things that we come in contact with daily, be it a person, someone at the store itself, bills, employment, employees. We react to everything, but it's how we control the reaction. And it also goes to, are we in control of the things that we're trying to create? Do we have other people coming at us, and telling us how to create the life that we desire to kind of mirror theirs? Or are you in total control of your creation? Do you deal with your struggles? How do you deal with your struggles? But the thing is that we can't keep allowing people to trigger us or situations to trigger us. It's a practice, again, as everything is. Lessons involved, lessons learned. But we need to be able to learn to control our reaction. Everything exists. Everything is out there that we have to deal with every single day through faults of our own or situations that led to a different situation. It's how we react and how we're trained and what we need to learn. Fear is just a response. That's all it is. We need to go in and figure out what causes fear in our lives. Was there a trauma from years ago? I'm not talking about scary movie fear. I'm talking fear of life, fear of a situation, fear of someone. What caused that? What sparked that immediate fear reaction? Listen, we have fight or flight. We have that as human beings. We're going to have that. So I'm really not getting into that right now. It's just, fear, an emotional fear of, you get what I'm saying. How can you learn to not just try to get rid of it the best you can, but not focus on fear? Stress as well. I always talk about stress in regards to something that is happening, something we feel that we have no control of, or, we lost sight of something and now we have to go back and repair it, and we're stressed out about it. We're stressed out about preparing for a party. We're stressed out about a vacation, packing and everything. We're stressed out about bills, about different friends, and we're just stressed. And that is a reaction normally to something that hasn't even happened yet. Most of the time. I mean, we could be at work and doing something, and me preparing for a show and just be, oh my gosh, there's a time crunch, and I don't want to get stressed about it. But stress is usually the fear of something happening in the future, whether it's 5 minutes from now or 5 weeks from now. So everything is a reaction, and it's how we have learned to process things and control our emotions and our feelings. Do we have control of what we are creating? Or are we giving in to what happens? Are we just giving into it and stressing all the time? Look, again, I know that we're celestial beings in a human body having a human experience, and we're going to react. But we can train our subconscious mind to not react as we are now. And it takes thought. It takes observation. And then it takes going inside and asking yourself, why am I stressed? It hasn't happened yet. And don't project that it's going to happen. There are things in life that we have to prepare for, different take. We have to prepare for certain things, and we should not be stressed about it. I mean, we can turn that stress into excitement in some in some instances. But it's being able to look at something calmly because it hasn't happened as of yet. So deal with it right now in a non-stressful way. Take control of it. You have control over your thoughts and your feelings and situations. Don't think you don't. If you know that you're going to go into something that's possibly negative or argumentative, you can control and learn how you respond to it. You can walk in there just cool, no stress, no fear. There's anticipation. There's anticipation of what you're walking into. But you don't have to blow up if someone's blowing up at you. You don't have to get pissed off at someone, because 9 times out of 10, the person you're pissed off at doesn't have control of the situation themselves. They're just there. You go into a store and the cashier, and you're pissed off that this happened, or you're pissed off at customer service. It's not their fault. They're doing what they were trained to do. And now you're ruining their day by lashing out. We do it. We get upset. Then you go home and you tell a friend or something, oh, this person at the store pissed me off today. But we have the ability to control our own environment and to work on the stresses and the fears. Bills are the big one. People stress about them. Hey, I'm not going to lie. I do from time to time. But in the end, as soon as I come into myself and become aware and become mindful, this is true. I know that there's issues, bills, and things that I have to take care of, but I don't let them control me, because I know that everything is going to work out. In the end, everything is going to work out in my favor. And I know this. And what's happening is happening for a reason, because I put myself in a situation, or I allowed things to happen around me without taking care of it before. So those are the rewards of not doing that. Not taking care of this, or putting something off, or putting yourself into a situation. You're going to reap the rewards from that, good or bad. So the thing is, for me, and hopefully for you, you will just look at everything. Pause, take a breath, pause, and just take that breath and look at it and say, okay, the outcome that I'm placing in my head, this negative outcome, has not happened yet. And it may not happen because I'm not there. I'm not living there. It hasn't happened. I'm living now. I'm living in this moment. So what can I do to attack it? And go into that without feeling fear. Fear is going to clog up everything. Remove the fear. Come into yourself. Know that you have to love yourself. Know that you trust yourself. You have to begin there. Learn to love yourself, whether it's standing in front of a mirror and telling yourself that you love, or even in meditation as a mantra. I love myself. I love myself. Do it. Someone once told me to say that 7 times every morning. For 7 minutes every morning. But put in your subconscious mind that you love yourself. Regardless of anyone else, you love yourself. I'm going to be doing a show on love shortly. And then learn that the fear doesn't exist. What are you afraid of? Nothing happened. Nothing has happened because you're not there. So control that situation. And then look at what is causing you grief. Look at it from all angles and find that solution that is suitable for you. Control that. You have the power to control it. No one else, you. You have the power to look at something from all angles, to figure it out. Call someone that you trust if need be, and, work on a situation together, an outcome. Doesn't always have to be negative stuff. It could be a project that you're working on and you want success. You want funding for your business and you're worried about the bank. But if you can prepare your business plan, you've got, everything that you need, your graphics, everything looks amazing, and you go over it and you take the time and peace within yourself and you look at this thing over and over and just ask yourself if there's anything missing, so that when you walk into the bank for your funding or wherever you're going, to an investor, whatever, you feel confident in what you're presenting. You feel confident and you believe so strongly in the idea or the dream that you have, that you're looking for the investment for. They're not going to say no. And if they do, understand it's not the end of the world. You just go back and, figure it out and reapproach it. I've always learned to ask when someone says no. I ask why. What can I do? It's true. What can you do? What did I do wrong? Did I miss something? It's nothing to go nuts about. Just go back and say, damn, I thought I had it. I guess I didn't. But they said this was the reason why. So fix it and then go back to them or someone else. But don't let it own you. Don't let it own you at all. No matter how much you prepare, de-stress, remove fear, there can still be no's in your life. But you have to learn how to react to that. We've all gone through it, excited for something, and then no. And you're bummed. Human nature, you're bummed. But don't let that bumness or that disappointment own you. Walk away from it, man. Don't let a person own you. If someone's having a bad day, the best thing you can do is, number one, love them. Number two, try to cheer them up. And if they can't be cheered up and they're starting to lash at you, the best thing you can do is tell them, hey, man, I get it. I get it. You're going through some shit. I am here just to try and help and offer you some support, some encouragement. But you're in this space right now. And I'm going to leave you in that space. I'm going to walk away and let you deal with it. I don't love you any less, don't like you any less, none of that. I'm just going to let you, swim around in whatever you're swimming in. Because if you stay, it's going to consume you. Now, you can be that friend that is in a situation for someone that has, experienced loss. And it's usually that loss or amazing amounts of grief that a lot of us can't comprehend. Walk with them through it. Be with them. I know people that are strong enough in their will, in their mindset, and in their spirit that can handle that. It's not giving them comfort with words. Just, oh my gosh, everything is going to be all right. I'm going to sit here with you and we're going to be here. And, but you have to mean that. And you have to have true support and a golden heart to do it, to be that friend, to be that family member. They do exist. But most of the time when someone is spewing just vile shit because something happened in their day and you can't give them that peace that you're offering, or they won't accept the peace that you're offering, you need to walk away for your own peace. As I always say, protect your own peace, man, at all cost. So to have that control of your life, you need to understand those things. You need to get rid of those negative feelings, those negative vibration, and it always starts with you. It starts with each one of us. We are the captains of our ship. We're going to struggle at times. It's not putting it out there. It's not speaking it into existence. There are times that we're going to struggle with emotions, financially, decisions. We can struggle, but know how to work and guide ourselves through that struggle. We don't have to let the struggle consume us. And it is possible. Again, we're human beings. We're going to experience things, no matter what. It's out there. It's life, situations. Each day that we open our eyes, that we're grateful for, that day is going to present itself with different situations. Sometimes, and you know, the day is just wow. It's amazing. It's just flawless. Because we entered that day with a different mindset, in a mindset of completion, and we've avoided everything. In the universe, the Creator sets it up to where you're going to have an amazing day today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Enjoy this moment. Because you've worked it in your life. Even if there's a struggle. Once you can understand that we can all understand that, yes, with struggles bring some fears and some stress. Once we understand how to work our way through that, it's going to be a lot easier. Cortisol levels will be balanced. And we'll be okay. We may be 100%. We may never get to that point in our practice of being fear-free and, stress-free. We may not get there, but we can get to a point to where, all right, well, I've worked through this stress. Yeah, I still have some, apprehension and things like that. That could exist. I'm not going to spit out a bunch of BS. I'm understanding that we are real. We're humans. We're having this experience. Celestial beings in a human body having a human experience. And we're going to experience those things. Thought, touch, smells, taste. It exists. With taste, it's what we put in our body, what we choose to allow. Smell, that's just going to happen no matter where we are. I'm not going to go through all the senses. And just think, what changed you? What caused you to have fear? Again, it could be something in your life. I'm not talking about the natural fight or flight experience. I'm not talking about that. If there's danger, you're not going to sit there and say, oh my gosh, I'm just going to chill and be in the moment. No, you're going to get out. There is a difference, and you know it. But what changed you? Was there something in your life that when you see something or you experience something, you trigger immediately? Because there's always these underlying problems that we need to work through. A lot of us have. A lot of us are. And I understand that a lot of times there could be shame to admit what's wrong. You figure it out, but you don't want to tell anybody. You need some extra guidance. But you're too afraid to tell someone. And that's the other thing. We have to find the person to trust that is not going to judge us and that will help us. Will at least be an ear so we can bounce things off. Because there's traumas in most people's lives. There's something that happened that devastated them or us sometime during our life. I have them. There are things that I am still working through to this day. But I'm not allowing it to consume me. I was able to get rid of that a long time ago. But I do have thoughts. In my own case, with me, I actually have a photographic memory. A lot of people wonder what that is. I guess there's apparently different levels of photographic memory. I can remember specific details all the way back to my youth. And I'm talking really young. I can recall conversations and what they're wearing and what we were talking about and what they said. I always used to say that it can be a curse sometimes because you think about it a lot. And I've brought it up to some people, even a family member. I've gone to my own brother and said, do you remember this? They're like, nope. And it's like, wow, you don't remember that. And for me, it's vivid. It's like it just happened this morning. I don't have the type of photographic memory where I can, look at a book and tell you what was on page 25, chapter 10, verse 25, chapter 10, or something like that, whatever. I can't do that. I have a visual memory of situations. And so in my youth, even in my teens, young adult, there were things, there were some traumas. A lot of them I've worked out. And to be quite honest, there are a lot I just suppressed knowing that they're not going to come back because I've made sure of that. I've planted that in my subconscious mind. Yes, okay, I remember it. I remember the touch, smell, feeling, everything, but I am not going to allow it to come back in control. And that took work. It's not really suppressing because I dealt with it and I know it's there. You can deal with something and it's always going to be there. You just learn to not let it mess with you. But we have to go back to and figure out what is causing the stresses and fears. And some of those traumas in my life were. Now I can sit back and reminisce. There's a lot of good things in my life. I mean, I'm able to sit back and just reminisce. You don't ever want to look in the rear view. You always want to look out the front window, the dashboard. Just don't look in the rear view. But me, like everyone else, I can sit here and look at the rear view of the good things. The things I did when I was a kid traveling the world. Growing up in Hawaii. You know? And remembering surfing, the feeling of surfing and the feeling of hanging with my friends. Clubbing. You know, all of that. So there's some good things. But I take those good things and I take the feeling, reimagine the feeling, and place it or replace the things that are causing me stress. Not all the time. I mean, something is bothering me. If there's fear, I'm not going to sit here and remember something from 1985. Unless it's a learning experience, or I'm in a situation like, God, that happened before. What did I do? But if we can repair the things that are bothering us and take care of those things and learn to take control, we're going to be fine. The mission for your life is growth. You need to grow through these things. Each one of us may never, ever eliminate all fear and all stress because it is a human feeling. But what I'm saying is we can learn to the best of our ability, control it, to not let it consume us. It'll be there. It's going to creep up. It's life. But learn to control the reaction. Stress and fear, the two biggest things, are reactions. Usually, again, like I said, to a future event that hasn't even happened yet. And if we can all learn to control our fear and our stress to the best of our ability, then those things that are out there in the future, if that future exists, may never even take place. Because right now we're on this timeline in our life and we control this very moment. This very moment. And that's what matters, man. Being aware and being mindful of the moment. Yes, we can plan for parties. We can plan for events that excite us. Yes, that is a future event, but it hasn't happened yet. And we've all been there to where we're excited about going somewhere and it gets canceled. That event has not happened. Some people, when you talk about the future, they're just too literal. When you're talking about an event, well, that event hadn't happened. I'm excited for it. We've planned for it. And hopefully it manifests. We're aligning ourselves with that thing. But yeah, take some time. Go on a meditation, man. See if there's something that's in your past, in your background, that makes the fear and the stresses more prominent in your life. A huge reaction. Again, if something happens to cause fear or stress, you're going to get that initial rush, that initial adrenaline to cause that. But if you can become aware of it, boom, you can reel it way back. You're like, no. Take a breath. And then get into it. Get into your feelings. Why is this stressing me? Why am I afraid of this? Why? Take control. You have control. Live in the control and the creation of your life and everything around you. It is possible. It is. And don't live in the reaction to what happens or doesn't happen. That's where the fear and the stresses lie. Learn and understand that you control. I hope you're having an amazing day from here on out. I hope this episode touched you in some way. and that you can use these thoughts of mine in your own life, in your own practice. Again, I thank you so much for your space and your time. My only ask is that you subscribe to the podcast and share it with your friends. Help grow this base. We can form this nice community. So again, enjoy, be blessed, and I'll talk to you on the next episode, man. Peace and aloha, everyone.